So I want to talk about a few things that are really important, and you might not think they're important, but I'm going to tell you why they are. So first thing I want to talk about is in America, medical professionals are currently being told that they have to receive a flu jab. If they don't receive this flu jab, they're going to lose their job. Now, the flu is an RNA reproducing virus. RNA stands for ribonucleic acid, similar to in our body's DNA, which is deoxyribonucleic acid. The fact that the flu is an RNA reproducing virus means that it basically injects itself and reproduces itself, but slightly differently. So each time the virus is reproduced within your system, it's slightly different. That says to me that you cannot treat it with the vaccine unless the vaccine is evolving, which it is not. This is backed up by, fact. You can check me on everything I've just said. Since the flu is an RNA reproducing virus, the vaccine will not work against it. Yet medical professionals are still choosing to take it. In America, one lady said what would happen if there was a mass exodus or everybody left the hospitals because they didn't want these jabs. And her answer that she got in response was, not enough people are refusing. So all of those people that are educated to understand what I just said, as an uneducated person with my own education, are still going against their better judgment and their understanding of fact to take this injection because their jobs are threatened. If your job is threatened and you are willing to get injected with substances such as mercury, aluminium, mashed up human and animal cells, and antifreeze, just because somebody threatens your job, you're willing to get that injected, that says to me that it won't take much to convince you to accept anything else. Which leads me on to my next point. The company Tesla, of who the overseer is Elon Musk, I believe, have recently released a video. Now, Elon Musk is in charge of a lot of AI, which is artificial intelligence. And as we know, AI is making big leaps and bounds in our current society for some crazy reason. And in Saudi Arabia, a female robot, ironically enough, has just been granted citizenship. Now, Elon Musk is afraid. He says that this is like summoning the demon, and the reason he said that was because, in his view, it's like when a magician says, oh yeah, I can summon a demon, I've got this, and the demon comes and it never ends well. And I totally agree with him. The cranial capacity or the mental ability or the adeptitude of artificial intelligence far exceeds the human mind. The rate at which those synapses are firing, the connections being made are moving so quickly, it can reproduce something like 200 hours of human work in every day. And we think we're going to be able to control something of that magnitude and size. Elon Musk doesn't seem to think we can do that, and he's one of the best people to judge it, as he's up there with one of the top leading people on AI at the moment. And the only safe solution he has given us is to implant a chip into your brain that would directly link you to the AI, essentially making you the limbic system of a robot. Now, the limbic system is basically like the body, yeah? This is my limbic system, go on and now, yeah? So, do you want to be the limbic system of artificial intelligence? No, you don't. Well, I'm speaking for you there, you might. If you do, then that's your choice. But I don't. So I want to be able to make my choice. Now, based on what's happening in America with the vaccines, either take it or you lose your job, I'm not being given that choice. They're going to say it's a choice, but it's not much of a choice that's conducive to my survival, because if that comes to England and people being forced to either do this or lose your job, I'm probably going to refuse based on the fact that you're trying to take away my free will. Purely on that fact, I'm not going to accept what you got to offer. Even if it was something nice and you're trying to take away my free will, I'm probably still going to give you one of those and walk away into the sunset, yeah? So basically that tells me I've got to be a little bit worried and concerned, because if everybody around me is weak enough to let down their knowledge because they are afraid, I'm going to get dragged up in that, or I'm going to get left behind. And I don't want that to be happening to anybody. Everybody deserves a free choice. This is my body. This is mine. You cannot take it from me. It has never belonged to somebody else. This is mine. This is my mind. In the same way, never belonged to anybody else. Came from a combination of two people. Yeah, totally agree. But no, this isn't yours to control. None of it is. And it never has been. I'm sick and tired of being forced into weird little shapes by awkward systems that have been written in ways that I do not comprehend, even though I'm fully articulate and I've educated myself to a high degree. I don't understand what half of these systems want me to do. And then when I try to question that, when I try to make progress, when I try to feed back in either a positive or a negative way, I don't really often receive a helpful response, a clear response, or any response at all. I am worried, and I love everybody, and I think everybody should be worried too. I've only mentioned two little issues. One about AI potentially overtaking humanity, and two about medical professionals over the water being forced to make a choice that isn't really a choice. It's basically money, sustenance and your job, or don't take the jab and fuck off. That's basically the choice they've been given. If that comes to England, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to say no? Are you going to say I don't want that jab, and are you going to lose your job if it comes to that? Do you have enough faith in everybody around you to believe that you will stand firm with them and they will help support you if you decide no? Because I fucking don't. I'm doing everything on my own. Most of it. Sorry, I have some really good friends around me and I don't want to discredit them. But I'm doing most of what I do alone. And I feel like if I were to say no and I'd have to defend myself, I'd be doing that alone too. But I also know that if I saw somebody making the right choice out on the street and they needed my help, I would give it to them, irrevocably and without question. I want everybody to understand that we're coming to a point where our choices are being taken and our choices are being squashed. I don't care what you believe, because this is irrefutable fact. 1 in 3 fish in our oceans now contain plastic. Last time I checked, a third of our oceans were irradiated by Fukushima, and we had no way of stopping that torrent of radiation. No way of neutralising it either. All of the massive magnitude of natural disasters, so-called natural, some of which could have been manufactured, we don't know. I'm going to remain impartial and not give you my personal views on that. They're ravaging the surface of the planet that we live on, and so many people are being destroyed by them because they have no defence, no understanding of how to fight against nature itself. If we don't understand how to fight against it, what makes us think we can control it? What makes us think that we are better and more intelligent and above it? What makes us think that we are apart from it? We need to understand and work with everything that is around us in a natural context, instead of trying to create new out there ideas that we don't even understand yet. Stop. Take stock of everything you've got around you and see how you can best use that to its full potential. I'm talking about people, I'm talking about materials, I'm talking about your food, your life, your body, your skill. How can you use everything around you and within you to the best of your ability? That is what we need to focus on right now. Get to your library, chat to your people, chat to your friends, talk about everything that's going on in your life, whether it be the fact that, I don't know, the council are trying to press you for a bill that you ain't got the money to pay, or whether it be something really interesting that you saw. For example, the fuzzy brown caterpillar gets frozen in the middle of every winter, then it fully defrosts to come back alive again. But you didn't know that. So there's that for your day. But anyway, continue to share with one another, expand on your knowledge, and believe in yourself. Because if not, you're going to be so much easier to crush when whatever it is eventually collapses on you. I love you. Please watch this.